Okay, let's see now. It's time for part 2. New 78 RPMs, newly found 78 RPMs. And I was happy to find a big pile of records with a Swedish satire writer, singer, artist, stage persona, living legend. Well, not living, but legend. But he was a living legend before his death in the early 60s. Karl Gerhard, like a Swedish answer to, I don't know really, Sasha Guitry or Noel Coward. Anyway, he was very popular in the 50s and 60s, although he had been active and big, famous man even back in the 1920s. But he never really sold that many records because the lyrics, although they are brilliant, so filled with satire and are quite often very mean, but you really had to know lots of things to understand them, because he always wrote lyrics about the things that happened in the society, and not everybody knew that much about it. So trying to understand lyrics by Karl Gerhard today is like really having a history lesson. But he was not that. I mean, there are lots of CDs and LPs, vinyl records, with collections of his old recordings from the 20s, 30s, and 40s, and 50s. But he didn't really ever sell that extremely much as an artist, because I rarely find that many Karl Gerhard records. But now I was in great luck. Probably an old collector who was a great admirer of Karl Gerhard, who bought lots of them. Well, I just take them here and start. Got here one, His Master's Voice from 1936. Kan du tänka dig honom utan hår? För att göra livet ljuvligt för varandra. The Folk Theatre Orchestra. Not that special, really. Here's an early one from the 1920s, 1927 to be more precise, recorded in Berlin, on the Polyphone label, in great shape here. Små ord av kärlek and Har du sett sån svans han har? Humoristic song. That song is called Bam Bam Bambi Shore, original version by R. Henderson. Not sure who that is, but still. Anyway, what have we got here? Oh yeah, here's a later one for the Robert Rönnström's own label. Robert Rönnström was a discographer and a record collector. This was quite an expensive one. I'm not going to tell you how much, but still. From the early 50s, 1953, I think, yeah, April 53, En doft ifrån den fina världen, and Om jag inte minns fel. That song was also called Terracotta, and I found an earlier version of the same song on another record. Interesting thing with Cavalcade was that they always had a little portrait of the artist on the label. Here, here's a portrait of Karl Gerhard. Not taken from the early 50s. This must be from the 30s. After the World War II, he was very brave and managed to say lots of mean things about Adolf Hitler, and not many Swedish artists had that guts then. So some people were a bit afraid of him during World War II, that he would bring Sweden into World War II. He didn't. And after World War II, of course, he was the great hero. Here's a record from 1939, from September 1939. Talk about the devil. Sympati och samförstånd and Pappas dag. His Master's Voice. What do we have here? Here's another Another His Master's Voice, and this is a very famous record. Jag är ett bedårande barn av min tid. I'm an adorable child of my time, which he was. Tack ska du ha, which was a comment on the fact that the Swedish Prime Minister Per Albin Hansson only wanted to be called Per Albin, not his surname. Here's a later one, Kupol 78 from 1950. Jag kan spela citra, that's a Swedish text to the Hairline theme. You really have to be a good lyricist to write a song to the Hairline theme. And så tar vi oss en liten kaka till from 1950 from Kupol label. Most of these are in excellent shape. I forgot to say that. They've been truly treasured. Here's the one I talked about, Terracotta, an earlier version from 1936, not from 53 like the later was. On the flip side, Naturen tar ut sin rätt. It's an Irving Berlin song, but I can't remember which one right now. Okay. From 1942, Vem vet hur länge vi har varann, and Förgyll vad du kan förgylla. And here's an Odeon record with Karl Gerhard. He can't have made that many Odeon records. This is from 1929. Han följer med mig hela vägen ända hem. And det har hänt mig, det kan också hända dig. Orchestra is Karl Wojciech's orchestra. Lots of Karl Gerhard here. Here's one from 1935, God afton vackra mask, and Då ska vi vara snälla. And the final one is 12-inch record from 1953. Eva is on the one side and Fredrik on the other side. Yeah, as I told you, I have not found many Karl Gerhard 78ers before. I've found lots of LPs and CDs with reissues of these old songs, but not the original discs, so I was very happy to do that. Well, I think that's end of part 2. Bye bye.